Straight away, doggy. Salt up. And this is caught by Get it! Get it! And welcome to Fishing Squad. Well, I'm just walking back from the first part of our series, if you like, about the Novices Sea Fishing Guide. We've got a field full of cows here. We're just walking down through a field full of cows. Yeah, so we'll just do a bit of analysis about that. What we've done so far. We've done a lot of spinning. It hasn't quite been as productive as you'd like, but if you look through some of my other videos, you will see examples of where it's all gone to plan with the same methods. But to me, it's fishing, isn't it, for you? I'm just going to have to walk away from these cows because I've got some young calves and we'll just do a Huey around them. But that's fishing for you. It's that's just how it goes. You know, you never nail them to catch. What I will say is, if you're fishing somewhere on the UK coast where there's a harbour wall or a pier, you want to be fishing a couple hours before high to a couple hours after, first thing in the morning, or like your second hour, you know, 2 hours after high tide, where it's dusk at that time. That rush over the top of the tide is usually when you get mackerel. I don't know what it's like on the Cornish coast. I'm just using that as a bit of a snippet from when we fished at Bridlington, and I fished at Whitby as well and done the same thing. But the Cornish coast is similar to the North Wales coast where I am. A lot of marks around here, depending on how deep it is as well. The deep water rock marks potentially could be low tide marks. Like round here, they tend to be low tide marks. So that's why we're fishing low tide this morning. We're probably down a bit late. We can't fish for mackerel in darkness. Low tide at 5 o'clock and it's still a bit dark. Obviously we're disappointed the pollock didn't turn up, but it is what it is. The methods work. Feel free to, I just give them a go, guys. If you want to see more videos like this, just hit subscribe to the channel. You're more than welcome. Anyway, let's get on with this next part, fishing with bait. We've started already. Went and did some wrasse fishing with one of the single hook rigs that we tied up the other night, and as you'll see, it was successful. So I'll crack on and get that footage on now. Enjoy the video. Had 2 nibbles then at that. Definitely took a limp out. We'll 3 on that. Wait a minute. Well, right, so we're using that wrestling rig that I made the other night in part 1. This is part 3, but it's been filmed on the same day as the first video of part 2 because I need a fish. So we've got that mustard shinny hook, 50 pound shock leader, swivel weight, simple setup, spinning rod, mackerel pro spin. Let's knock some limpets off the top. Using them for bait. I've had a couple of bites on them already, but I haven't been able to connect with them. Sometimes we're after a wrasse basically. Wrasse bites can be quite finicky at times. If they're only small, you tend to get plagued by like small fish. It can be difficult to hook occasionally. We've knocked these limpets off rock. I've used them for like years. I've got a good knack of being able to get them out of the shell without a knife. Putting double limpet on like that. And if you looked at right here, there's just some boulders. And the property just slightly past that boulder. I'll probably get stuck now. Let's see if we can get it back. Well, I've got a bite already. See it? See it? Yeah, I did enough casting on camera. Need to be a bit supply. So look, see if it's still a little bit. We're not going to be able to fish down here much longer, to be fair. Look, there were 2 limpets on one there. Now there's only one. Let's knock some more off. I'll show you what I do. I like one that's a mouthful for a wrasse rather than it putting a massive one. So I'd rather put 2 small ones on. I'll just tap them off the rock gently, and they come off like that. There's some monster limpets on these rocks, but I like one that the wrasse can get its mouth and get the hook in its gob as well. I put 2 on, just purely because it gives you a slightly bigger bait. And if one gets munched, there's still one on your hook, sort of thing. If one gets munched and you don't connect with it, there's still one on your hook. So I like to hook them with a black bit facing outwards of the point of the hook like that. And it'll just be a gentle cast again. Try and get a decent cast on this, like gentle walk. I'll do there. Let's see if we can get that. Like I said, I've had a couple of bites. Trouble is weird, there's a lot of goers and stuff as well. I feel like wrasse bites, like jerky like that. You just want one just to connect, you just want one to be able to connect with one. No, not the jerky, but not. Anyone that fishes for wrasse will know what I mean. They don't feel like they're ready to be struck on. Even with rod in my hand. It's crazy though how they're like resident to a lot of coastal places around this region. You can target them big time. Like tonight I just brought a couple of rigs down me. I'm just using limpet today. I mean we ain't caught one yet, but we've definitely had bites. I had a bite on that one. What I'm going to do now is recast it. I think I'm a little bit too far off the rocks, you know what I mean? Well, if you notice, the snoods with 50-pound line, they really kick off and you don't get tangled at all. So we'll recast that there fine, they haven't been took. In the same place. I'm just going to try and move it just a little bit closer to the rock. Try that. Change it. I won't have to wear that landed. Usually they'll be there within the first couple of minutes of it being in the bottom. In there. We've round out right now anyway. Try again. Make sure the limpet's alright, might have to put some fresh on.
Finally get one.
Right? Right, really that?
Yay!
We've got it.
Yay!
It's a nice green one as well. What a beautiful little wrasse. Hey? Well, this is going to be part 3, guys, by the way. We're doing it on the same day as part 2. We're just saying, we don't like blanking on fishing squad. I had to get my fix of fish today. Just have to be careful with him because I've got a bad habit of flipping about. Yes. Oh, wow, I think this one is bigger than the other one. Bloody hell. Big one, big one.
God, it's massive.
That's a beautiful one, that, isn't it?
Wow.
That's nice, that one.
Still. Get in. That is a lovely ballon wrasse. Ooh. Just don't want to drop him. He won't coming off. Right, let's last bait up that as well. So we're just going to drop that in there. There we go. Get in. Well, that's just proved a point, hasn't it, that, about cheap tackle. We've got cheap tackle, free bait, we've caught a fish. Easy as that. We've had another bite since that one as well.